What is up, everyone? Welcome back to our lawn, and today we are back in my backyard practice facility. And back here I have some areas that I've seeded bent grass that are amazing, areas that were the existing native grass less amazing. So today we're going to use the Pro Plugger, fill in some spaces. I'm going to talk to you about how I think is best to use one of these in an area where you don't want to put the existing material back, and we're in a position where, again, golf course, fairway, we can kind of get a little bit of aerification along with it as well. So let's go through the process that we're doing, and then as we go forward in time, I'll keep bringing you up to date on how the plugs are performing, how they spread, how they kind of tie together, and if they do, if they can outcompete the other grass, whatever. We'll see what happens. But today, we're just going through the process. All right, let's try this. New plan. So this seems to be working okay. And like I said, I'm not bringing the other cores over here for two reasons. One of which is the fact that I don't want to bring that grass that I haven't done anything with over here and contaminate the seed that I've put in, the bent grass that I've planted myself. And the other is that as I do this now, it'll kind of amend the root zone. That sprinkler just about gets here. I don't know if you guys saw that. So we can get the sand cores down in here. There you go. Kind of improving upon my process here as we go. And you've seen me do this before on a much larger scale. If you haven't seen that video yet, go check it out, where I drilled 10 or so inch holes deep, not around, into the putting green that sits back behind you, and manually filled all those in with sand. Now, after doing it, I wouldn't recommend that, but on these little small scale projects, it's not overly much to ask of yourself to do this, actually. Not too bad. And what I'll probably do is come through here, just bring a broom through here after this to not make a mess and have this be all like bumpy and weird. Now, this is definitely not necessary. I could seed and I would be successful. But my overseeding project, which I started earlier this spring and has kind of been ongoing throughout the year, has not been nearly as successful as I would like it to be. And the other thing is, this is then just taking advantage and letting bentgrass do what bentgrass does, which is spread. There's 1,000 gnats on me right now. So I don't know if they were making a home in this sand, maybe. Like a lot of gnats. So here's the core that didn't make it. You can see it's dry. And I think really that's a lot of what the issues were, is it's just dried out. And it struggled over the winter, and then it just never came back. You can see this area has been top dressed one time, so there's a little bit of sand in the top here. Then we got kind of the thatch layer and build up of all the bent grass and all the stolons and all that coming through here. And then yeah, big rock, a lot of rocks, but just dry, hard packed clay. And that's what I gotta deal with here growing grass in my yard. And there we go. Not a complicated process. Again, all we're trying to accomplish is leverage. Bent grass is a spreading grass type. It spreads via stolons. And so we can use that and put it out into sections that aren't doing as well. And then just allow it to exist there, thrive there, start to spread, connect together. Then we rinse, repeat, doing it in another area. The other piece of this, because I'm not putting the old plugs back down, it will also allow slowly me to kind of go through, and it's not going to really have an impact to amend the root zone of my fairway back here, but you can help where you can. So gives a little bit of more drainage, allows that sand, water, roots, everything that will spread back into there to grow more effectively into that sand layer. And yeah, we'll see. I will follow along, like I said, keep you updated on what's going on with these plugs. And if these are effective and they take and they start to grow fairly rapidly, as you can see, I'm watering right now. So I'll keep water to these fairly regularly. And there's a dead spot back over there as well that we're going to take a look at and try to have deal with it. So the fertilization that it'll be on is predominantly a 10-10. I just came out with 5 pounds per thousand of that 10-10 on the whole practice facility right now. So that's what it's getting from a fertilizer perspective. That'll probably be it for a month or so. And then just watering every day, every other day, depending on what my conditions are. Hopefully it'll take, they'll start to spread, and we'll have bent grass growing, and we'll have the flagstick and 007 growing in places that it wasn't growing previously. So subscribe to the channel, follow along to what we're doing. Buy yourself a Pro Plugger. I would strongly recommend it. I'm not affiliated. I don't have a link for you to go click on, but I just think it's a useful tool to do a lot of projects in your yard. And that's going to highlight one of them. Use your spreading grass types. Kentucky bluegrass I've done this with as well. It's super helpful. Help your seeding projects. If maybe there are some areas that took really well and some areas that didn't take quite as well, go fill those areas in. And again, it's about as good as you can do for spending $40 on a yard tool. So I didn't plan on having a into the future after as a part of this video. However, didn't get to editing and uploading the original video that I was recording and edited. And enough time has passed. We're about 2 weeks into the future that I can show you what the plugs are looking like right now. And they are right here. They have taken. They got a little bit beat up because I verticut all this area. So this one, for example, kind of got ripped out, but even that one's got a little plant still living in it. So that will start to build, but these are fully, I can't pull them out of there. They're rooted, good to go. They should start, you can see they're already starting to spread. You know, the plug probably ends right about there. So it's starting to make its way out. And I think this is going to start to become a pretty viable strategy. And I say that because I have been having a ton of issues and a ton of problems trying to get seed to establish on this green. I've basically lost this whole season and the ability to use the green because I've just been trying desperately to be able to get seed to take in this section out here, and it just won't. So I think it's going to come down to, I'm going to be taking plugs from the part of the fairway and part of the green that I know is my good seeded bent grass and just plugging it into those parts of the green. And that's going to be kind of my strategy going forward. Much like you would with Bermuda or any of the warm season grasses that spread, where you're going to do stuff via plugs. I'm probably going to start, because the more I learn about it, the more I grow it. Seems like bent grass really is the warm season grass of the north, and that's probably going to start to be my strategy. We're going to see me much more aggressively plugging to get this to fill in the rest of the areas that I have to renovate and seed. All that said, I've had a number of failures. As you can see behind me, the green's all torn up. It looks like poopy. It's really been unusable all year long, and I've just struggled with it. So I'm going to have a kind of failures of the season video, because every year I find a new and exciting way to mess up. Also, if you can see down here, either dollar spot or pythium, and I can come down, walk with me. I lost like all of this back here to either dollar spot or pythium or whatever it is. So we'll get a kind of the failure and lessons learned video from this year to go with all the other failure and lessons learned videos, because again, I find new and exciting ways to mess this up every year, and hopefully I can use that stuff to help you all in your journey. So that's it for this video. Again, little unexpected bonus content on the end of it that I didn't expect, just because I haven't been uploading it all because I got a puppy and I've been traveling and I don't have as much time as I used to, and everything's overwhelming now. So thank you as always so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel to follow along what we're doing. Like the video if it was helpful. As always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.